I want to go ahead and, speak to everybody so we can go ahead and get started. Girl, I took a few pages, more than a few pages of notes. But I kind of write big too. Yeah, that's what it is. I have big handwriting. I mean, I could make it smaller, but it don't bother me. What's going on, y'all? I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in here, then we're gonna go ahead and get started and talk about the aggressive and hostile women down to Atlanta. We got to talk about the aggressive and the hostile women down in Atlanta, Georgia. That's what we got to talk about. We got to talk about the aggressiveness and the hostility happening down in Atlanta. Girl, I'm not windmilling. Girl, listen, Shakira, I'm not windmilling tonight. I'm not. Let me go ahead and just get this out of the way. My opinion is my opinion. Yours is yours. Okay. My opinion is based off of what I have witnessed on my television screen, and your opinion is based off of what you witness on yours. Not you, Shakira. I'm just talking. I'm talking in general. Pinky or Rottweiler, let them tell it, baby. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Um, I just based my opinion off of what I have seen on my television screen. That's it. That's it. What I've seen, what I've heard. Yeah, and that's all I can really do. That's all I can really do. All I can do is just tell the truth. All I can do is tell the truth. Thank you, D Dream Team. Thank you so much. Thank you. All I can do is tell the truth. That's the only way that I can be. So, basically, we're going to go ahead and get started because I don't have all night to be on here. Um, basically, the episode really was centered around um, Pinky and her being aggressive and her being hostile and her shifting the room, shifting the energy um, in the room. That's pretty much what the most of the conversations uh, were about. Um, I don't really want to spend a lot of time on Pinky and what the people are labeling aggressiveness because at this point I feel like it's going to be a topic of conversation for the rest of this season. Um, and I just don't think that it's needed. I believe that if people are aggressive, then that's what you are. I understand why you have to be careful using certain language. We're just going to talk about black women because that's what we're talking about, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because people do sometimes get assertiveness and directness confused with aggressiveness and hostility. I am somewhat surprised by the number. I'm about to go to bed, but I'll catch this 5 hour live tomorrow. Girl, thank you, Mermaid. I have to be honest, I am really surprised actually by the number of black women who I see in the comments, whether it's comments over here, comments on Twitter, comments on threads, running with the narrative that Pinky is aggressive. Because I really do believe in my heart that if a white woman was on this show and was trying to label Pinky as aggressive and hostile, I really believe that a lot of people will be off with that bitch head. And I believe that a lot of the black women that are calling Pinky aggressive, if a white woman was doing it, girl, y'all will be tagging Andy on Twitter, on threads. You will be tagging Bravo TV, and you will be screaming about the microaggressions of this white woman and when it comes to black women. I don't have a problem calling out the girls when they're aggressive. I absolutely 100% agreed with Stacy when she called out Kay. I 100% agreed with it. And I 100% agree with what Stacy said at the reunion last year. Well, girl, if you don't give me nothing to call aggressive, then I won't call aggressive. In the same way, I have a duty to make sure that when I use certain language, especially towards a black woman, you have a duty as a black woman too to make sure that I don't need to use it. I'm paraphrasing what she said, but y'all saw the reunion. Y'all said what Stacey said. I mean, y'all heard what Stacey said. Um, so I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem when it needs to be called out, just calling a thing a thing. Kay was aggressive with Stacy. I think for me, the fact Pinky said that she doesn't fool with women, it gave me pick me. I just think she doesn't know how to communicate it and threw them off. Thank you, Harmony Bryan. Thank you, Harmony Bryan 1445. So yeah, that it's just a little weird to me. It's just a little weird to me. That's it. And it's weird to me also because I have seen Twitter housewife stands and other YouTubers, including myself and fans of the show, paint Atlanta as the girls of the girls of the girls. And you can't be no weak bitch if you gonna go over to Atlanta. You can't be sensitive when you go over to Atlanta, because Atlanta don't play that. You got to be cut from a different cloth to hang out with the girls on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Portia is aggressive. You have to watch what you say to her because she'll fight. If she doesn't like what you said, Pinky doesn't give me that. Thank you, Lucky Charms. I've seen people say and put Atlanta in a completely different box because in order to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you can't be some sensitive little girl. You gotta have thick skin. And I see this being repeated from me to other YouTubers to people that stand the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank you, Bonnie. Every woman who says she doesn't deal with women isn't a pick me. Sometimes folks' moms be the first ops and bullies. No shade. Come on, Bonnie. So I think because I know for a fact, I have seen it is unsettling to see content creators who grew their platform preaching about colorism and microaggressions be so gleeful and eager to label Pinky as hostile. Thank you. I do think it's weird because um, we have made um, the Real Housewives of Atlanta a franchise where you basically can't be no weak bitch. If you weak and you sensitive, that ain't the room for you. I've literally had conversations and seen conversations happen about what housewives from other franchises could hang with the girls in Atlanta. And it's usually only one or two people will say. I've seen people say Erica Jane could probably hang, but for the most part, Atlanta is its own beast. I've even heard Cynthia Bailey talk about how you got to be a certain girl to be on Atlanta. So I do think it's weird. With all that being said, I do think it is very weird that now all of a sudden the girls are clutching their pearls with Pinky, and oh my gosh, she's so aggressive and she's so hostile when we have pretty much labeled the Real Housewives of Atlanta women that don't take shit and are not sensitive. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it, as much violence as we've seen from some of these women, as much aggressiveness as we've seen from some of these women, as much hostility as we've seen from this women, girl, Pinky speaking to you in a direct tone does not move the needle, because we've seen aggressiveness on this motherfucking show. We've seen violence on this. We literally saw Portia fucking Williams throwing porcelain plates across a goddamn room. And she is the main one trying to push this narrative that Pinky is aggressive. No, we've seen aggressiveness from these black women. Pinky ain't giving you aggressiveness. She giving you directness. She's giving you assertiveness. And I don't believe for 1 second that Cynthia Bailey thought that Pinky was being curt to her. Cynthia Bailey has been on this show. Rodney, I'm low key disappointed in most of the YouTube content creators regarding Pinky. Calling her hostile, aggressive, unattractive is deeply unsettling. I don't believe for a second that Cynthia Bailey, who has been on the Real Housewives of Atlanta since season 3, thought that Pinky was hostile to her. Do y'all really think that Cynthia sat there while Pinky was being hostile to her and didn't say anything? No. Cynthia is exactly what Portia and Nene and some of the other girls have said. She's a flip flopper. As far as I'm concerned, those girls met up when those cameras went off and said the narrative that we're pushing tomorrow is to make sure that we say that Pinky is aggressive. I don't think that Cynthia sat at that goddamn table and thought that Pinky was aggressive or hostile and she didn't say nothing to Pinky. Cynthia Bailey, who's been on this show since season 3. I think she got her pink slip and white box for 1 season and came back the next, I believe. Because I really do believe that on this show, as trifling, as mean as this might sound, I understand that there are levels to aggression and hostility. A person does not have to be rawr for them to be labeled aggressive. You can talk in a very even keel tone and still be considered aggressive. I understand that. I know it's just not on 10 all the time. Breaking the wall, she thought Pinky owed her a better tone as she's new. I think she's talking about her. I think she's talking around her, and then the elevated tone was unexpected. The women on Real Housewives of Atlanta and even Real Housewives of Potomac, but I'm gonna just keep it on Real Housewives of Atlanta. The women on Real Housewives of Atlanta have done too much shit where we know they have been aggressive and hostile to even start clutching their pearls because Pinky is direct with her words. Baby, y'all too fucking gutter snipe. We just gonna call a thing a thing. We had Kenya down to the goddamn Kenya Moore hair salon, posted holding up a poster board of some bitch sucking dick. We've had Portia throwing plates across the motherfucking room. Cynthia, don't think we forgot about you and Portia down to the yacht and you having to kick Portia and Portia standing on top of you. Don't forget we forgot about Portia running down a motherfucking alleyway. We've seen Nene almost try to lunge spit at Kenya Moore. We've seen aggressiveness. We've seen hostile. This Pinky doing what she's doing. That's why Cynthia didn't say nothing, because girl, this is not aggressive to me. This is not hostile. We know aggressive and hostility on this show. And Pinky not giving you aggressive and hostility. Now, Pinky might give you aggressive and hostility with some of those white girls on the other side of town where you can't say nothing to them and they instantly clutch their pearls. Now they might look at Pinky as aggressive and hostile because they don't do all that throwing plates and posting pictures of a bitch sucking dick. You see what I'm saying? So it's mind-boggling to me how the group of girls who have been the most fucking aggressive and hostile all of a sudden are clutching their pearls because Pinky is speaking with a direct tone. Girl, please. Y'all are too fucking gutter snipe in Atlanta, Georgia to be clutching your pearls season 17 because somebody's talking to you direct. Stop it. We're not even going there. Y'all too fucking gutter snipe. Two. 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 You can't clutch your pearls in season 17 because a bitch come in, basically, girl, asking a question. You can't. You can't. Y'all have done too much shit from accusing people of rape, sex dungeons, hopping over people, pulling folks' hair, chasing bitches down alleyways, throwing plates across the room, breaking brothel equipment, almost spitting on bitches, punching bitch. Girl, please stop it. So I'm not buying the, oh my God, Pinky is just so, she's just draining the energy. To be clear, I thought Cynthia was wrong. It seems they are trying not to film with her like they should have did with Bang Bang Brit. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying, I'm not buying, I'm not buying the girls is just so that we're clutching our pearls. Y'all had a woman on the cast last year say, "I don't play with bitches. I got pistols and whips for bitches like that." That was just last season. And the same girls who are saying that Pinky is too aggressive are the same girls who say they want Bang Bang back on the show. Make it make fucking sense. Make it make fucking sense. Pinky is too aggressive, but you want the girl who was just threatening somebody with pistols and whips back on the show? Pinky is too aggressive, but you go up for Portia, the one who was throwing plates across the room, but Pinky is too aggressive. Cynthia is full of shit and an unreliable narrator like the rest of those vicious liars. Come on. The season, Mia damn near okay, the season Mia damn near threw Wendy across the ocean. The audience went up for Mia and laughed when the Green Eye Bandits were recording and icing Wendy out. I honestly don't understand the way that people are approaching this situation with Pinky because you're talking out of both sides of your face when you call out Pinky for being aggressive, but on this franchise, we've seen their definition of aggressiveness. We've seen their definition of hostility. We've seen it. And I don't believe that y'all are clutching your pearls so tight to your bosom because you really think that Pinky is aggressive. That's some shit y'all just running with. If a white lady come tomorrow, come to one of y'all black women at work tomorrow and start talking about, oh, she's just so hostile, make sure you remember what you put on Twitter. Because I guarantee you, when a white lady start using that same language as you, and you probably are the same way as Pinky is, don't start talking about, oh girl, a white lady just told me I was aggressive and she shouldn't be using that language. No, girl, if you're aggressive, right? If you're hostile, right? What's the problem? It is the same. You can't change up the rules when it's the same goddamn thing happening, but then you want to change it up because different people are involved. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If you think that somebody is aggressive, then they're aggressive. But they want K Michelle to act like Pinky. They want K Michelle to be more aggressive and extroverted. The girls are not well. I think what's happening with K Michelle is there are a certain group of people out there, It doesn't help that she's darker, has short hair, and unapologetically herself won't back down. But this isn't Atlanta's first time doing this. I think what's happening with K Michelle is that the girls want K Michelle to bop a bitch with some flowers. I think that they want K Michelle to come on acting like a gutter snipe so they can say, see, this is exactly why we don't want K Michelle on the show because she's gutter snipe. But K Michelle is not doing that. So they really don't have, they really can't really stick anything to K Michelle. So then it starts, oh, she's not engaging in scenes. What are y'all talking about? K Michelle was talking this whole episode because she didn't talk on the bus when Kelly and Portia got into it. Nobody was talking on the bus when Kelly and Portia got into it. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Um, Girl, like I said, Cynthia, she full of shit. I don't think Cynthia really thought that the woman was curt, aggressive, hostile, because I don't believe that Cynthia, season three Cynthia, who has been on this show for how long, girl would have sat there and let that lady disrespect her and have a certain be aggressive or hostile with her and her not say anything. Now all of a sudden, 24 hours later, now you want to start pushing the narrative that Pinky is aggressive. Why didn't you say that last night? Like I said about Phaedra, another a confessional gangster. Girl, you get in the confessional talking about Pinky has that nug if you buck energy. Why are you not saying this stuff to the girls' faces? Why are you not saying this stuff to the girls' faces? Because every time I look up, Phaedra is in the confessional saying something slick, but in the moment, she not saying nothing. Anyways, so Phaedra says, "Girl, we just talking because I don't even care about this show because it's giving me Real Housewives of Potomac season 5, and I don't feel like going back down there because when I was season 5, girl, I feel like I was in the Twilight Zone. I will say, Kay do be acting appalled by the drama and the no filming for dinner, but being filmed for the scene is crazy hilarious." All tea, all shade. Pinky ain't no more funny looking than Phaedra. Phaedra just has on a costume and Pinky does. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh. Oh, wait, oh, wait, oh, wait, oh, wait, oh, wait. But anyways, so Phaedra says she's happy Drew and Shamia is not. They're not fussing. This is basically they're at breakfast time. I mean, they're at breakfast. It's basically Drew, Phaedra, Shamia, and I forgot the other person. Phaedra says she's happy Drew and Shamia are not fussing. Drew says that Shamia knows she doesn't have a problem with her for real. This is a sad thing. This is a sad this is this is a problem. Really and truly, Shamia, you don't have a problem with Drew. The sad part is you were being Portia's lapdog, taking on Portia's fights just for Portia to turn around and befriend the woman that you were going up against for her. Shamia don't have no problem with Drew. That is the truth. She don't. Shamia was again being a lapdog, and now it done bit her in the ass. And instead of her just saying, you know what, girl, I ain't got no issue with you. I was trying to have my friend back, and now me and that bitch don't fuck with each other, and now she cool with you, girl. But really and truly, girl, I ain't got no issue with you. Um, Shamia says that she has apologized, and you can accept it or not. You've chosen not to accept it. So Phaedra asked Drew, so did you receive the apology? This is where Drew starts to play this game. You know, the same way people say that K Michelle is making a situation out of nothing. That's literally what Drew is doing with Shamia. Here go Drew. I didn't receive it because she said I apologize, but. And then Shamia says, I apologize for the but. It feels like you want a problem. And then Drew says, I don't like drama. But you actually do, Drew. Because if you don't have a problem with Shamia, because Drew said, Shamia knows she doesn't have. Shamia knows. Wait, Shamia knows. I think she meant Shamia knows I don't have a problem with her for real. I wrote something wrong. But I think Drew said Shamia knows I don't have a problem with her for real. But if you don't have a problem with her for real, then why are we still talking about an apology and if she said but? If you really don't have a problem with her for real. Instead of Drew just standing on big business, if a white woman said it, she wouldn't be lying. Thank you, Nikki. If Drew just stands on business and says, you know what, bitch, you was fucking with me last year, and that's why I've been fucking with you, then it will make sense. But that's the problem with some of these girls. They don't want to stand on business, and then they start exaggerating. Anyway, Drew, either you got a problem with Shamia, or either you don't. Either you have a problem with Shamia, or either you don't. If Shamia has apologized, why are we still talking about what you said but? And then she said she apologized for the but, and you still don't. Okay, so what are we talking about? Let me just say this. If you can get over Portia, who painted a picture that you were fucking Dennis for beats, Portia came into season 16 created a bold-faced lie about Drew and Dennis. If Drew can get over that, then she can get over whatever her and Shamil was going through. And y'all want to talk about the girls who, come on now. Shamil doesn't know how to give a genuine apology or fall on the sword. I think Shamil took forever. Drew is gonna do the wait me game. Thank you, Harmony. If she can get over Portia saying that she fucked Dennis for beats, that's why the girls be losing me. Because the stuff, when it's time for y'all to really bang with a bitch on this show, y'all get scared. Y'all want to sit here and talk about the girls teaming up with certain people. Girl, it's giving, girl, you actually scared of Portia. Because Portia just said you was handing over pussy for beats. And now you down to the go naked hair, girl, again, being one of her ambassadors. After she dogged you out last year talking about that ain't my hair. But you want to keep beefing with Shamia. Like when when can it be a real bona fide beef? The girls be scared. Cause ain't no goddamn way somebody gonna get on TV and say I was fucking girl, my manager, production team, whatever for beats, girl, and then think that girl, we're gonna be cool the next season. And then I'm gonna start beefing with your BFF. When the beef really should be me and you. Cause you tried me last season. And you lied the whole season on me. Portia lied the entire season about Drew. Anyways, they break up into two groups. Um, I wouldn't forgive either one, especially after sitting down with my ex-husband. Come on, let's talk about girl. I'm glad you mentioned that. And on some real shit, if Shamia, girl, I'm so happy you mentioned that. On some real shit, if Drew was really about that life, she'll be cussing Portia and Shamia ass out. Like I said last year, Portia would have got bopped and Shamia would have got pulled by her motherfucking 27 piece. They sat down with your soon-to-be ex-husband trying to get dirt on you, girl, and having a conversation about you. The same shit that Portia swore up and down that Drew was doing with Dennis. And girl, somehow you managed to make up with Portia, but girl, you mad at Shamia. It's giving Angela. I've been telling girl, y'all don't like to listen to me, girl. It's giving like what Angela did. How the fuck you mad at the girl who laughed at the joke that the woman made said she would fuck your husband? How you more mad at the bitch who laughed than the bitch who said she'll fuck your husband? And then gave her an award at your gala. Girl, girl, honestly, that's why Portia gotta go because she's a Kyle and Giselle on Atlanta. They are scared to get fired, beat up. LOL. I know I'm early, but I just want to say I believe the married man story that Portia told and truly believe that it was Todd. It just makes sense. Okay. Thank you. Um. Anyways, girl, it is what it is, girl. These girls are scary. Girl, they scared of Portia. They scared of Portia. They scared of Portia. um. So I don't care. Portia's talking about Pinky's energy. I don't care. Um. She says she's been around women like Pinky and how they can be rah rah. Okay, I just said I didn't care, but I have to say this. When I tell you this is pure comedy to me. For Portia fucking Williams to say that she's been around women like Pinky and how they can be rah rah, Portia, we have seen you rah rah when you pulled Kenya by her hair. We've seen you rah rah when you were standing over Cynthia and she had to kick you. We've seen you rah rah when you were chasing your assistant or somebody down a motherfucking alleyway. We've seen you rah rah when you tried to fight Dennis's mama. We've seen you rah rah when you were throwing Bravo equipment. We've seen you rah rah when you were throwing motherfucking plates across a goddamn room. Girl, what are we talking about? That's what I'm saying, girl. When I tell you, baby, this shit is fake as fuck. Hey, cousin, been waiting on your review. Thank you, Marquell. Thank you so much. Portia is a Donald Trump of projection. Where is the evidence for Kelly? Because we know you sleeping with married men. Thank you. It's just weird to me. I don't get it. This is weird. When Angela said she didn't know Portia was a key. Girl, this is weird. This is weird. This is weird to me. This is weird. I'm sorry. This whole show is weird, girl. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. That's all I'm saying. The rooms were supposed to. Okay, so now they're talking about the rooms. Okay, so it's basically acting a fool in Mexico should have been enough to terminate her contract. She put the cast and production crew in harm's way. Girl. So they break up into two groups. When I tell you, baby, these bitches be drinking boots, girl. Bitch, when I tell you they be girl, I ain't gonna lie, girl, that's my type of vacation. When I tell you them bitches woke up drinking, do y'all know that when Cynthia and Shamia and Kelly, the girls got to where they were going, it was 11:55 a.m. Mind you, girl, that means they already been drinking tequila and Jack Daniels, girl, by 9 or 10 o'clock that morning. I said, hold on. I feel like low key Angela will beef with Portia when it works for her to do so. She's waiting for the right time to strike, in my opinion. I can see that. I can see that. I can see Angela pulling on Portia wig in probably a season or two. I can see that. Baby, these ladies be drinking. Girl, I said when I saw Cynthia drinking, I said, well, she gonna be knocked out later on. And baby, she was in her room taking a nap. Girl, them girls was drinking not mimosas, girl. Not mimosas. I'm talking about drinking tequila and Jack Daniels. And by the time they got to the cattle herding, whatever it's called, girl, they said it was 11:55. I said, girl, that means they was already drinking. They had to already been drinking by 9 or 10 o'clock. At least 10 something. I said, damn. That's what the girls is. God, bitch. Whew. Okay. So, anyways, okay, it's Cynthia, Kelly, Shamia, Drew, and Pinky. They're on one bus, and then everybody else that I didn't name, they all together. Um, the rooms were supposed to be clean by that morning, and they're not. This is the thing with the rooms, and it's multiple things happening, right? I'm not the person to just sit around and just complain. Girl, I'm just gonna get my shit and leave. You know what I'm saying? The same way that Giselle and Robin, I forgot what season that was. They got their shit and went to the nearest Marriott or DoubleTree hotel and shared a bed, I believe. Girl, I would have done the same thing. I'm not just that's why I don't understand the just sitting around and complaining. I'm not sitting around and complaining. I'm just not. It's not. I don't need to because I'm talking about if I was one of the girls. Girl, I have the money to go get my own hotel room. I'm sure it's a Marriott or DoubleTree somewhere around here that I can go to. I'm just not gonna do it. I did not understand it last season on Potomac, and I don't understand it with Shamia and Kelly. I am not mad at them for bringing light to the situation. Hey, Angel, girl, we ain't got no water, bitch. Right? So Angel can try to do something about. She can try to rectify it. However, it's only so much I'm gonna sit around and wait for water to come through the motherfucking pipes. You see what I'm saying? Girl, it's only so much I'm gonna do when I ain't got nowhere to lay down and go to sleep. Girl, where's Kelly? Where's Rodney? Oh, girl, I think he got his bags and left. Y'all said the room was gonna be clean by the morning. The room is not clean. I'm gone. That's it. You said, and I know that it's not your fault, but we ain't gotta argue. You said that the room was gonna be clean in the morning. The room not clean. I'm gone. That's it. That's really it. That's it. I'm done. We ain't gotta go back and forth. We ain't gotta talk about it. And Cynthia said out of her own mouth that ain't nobody's holding y'all hostage. Baby, ain't no way Cynthia Bailey would have sat there and told me that. You motherfucking right. Nobody is holding me hostage. I'm gonna show y'all better than I can tell y'all. Wait till my black ass get back to this motherfucking room. My panties and bras and motherfucking lubricants are gonna be packed and I will be gone. Nobody's holding me hostage. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. You're right. Girl, I can go. Anyways, so again, Rodney, you bringing up sleeping with a married man, calling you a hypocrite. Wait, Rodney, they bringing up you sleeping with a married man, calling you a hypocrite. We got some fake cousins transplants in here. Girl, that don't make me no hypocrite. Because the thing is, girl, listen, girl, the thing is, the two niggas who I did fuck that were married, I went in none of them bitches' houses. Okay, girl, that's the difference. This is a story I just told the week before last, and I can tell it again. The first man I met on A for A, he was separated from his wife. He told me, "Hey, I'm separated." Okay, cool. He had his own apartment. The second guy was a white guy. He was gay. His wife knew he was gay. They had two children together, but they were living together due to the kids. The fact of the matter is, I didn't know none of them bitches. Portia, on the other hand, had a coworker who she brought onto the show as her friend and then went into her coworker's home, girl, bumped hands with her husband, and then we looked up and she was married to the nigga a couple of years later. You see why that's the difference? You see that? Do you see the difference? I'm not sitting here kikiing and cackling and taking pictures with none of these bitches. Now, were they married? Absolutely. Absolutely, they were married. Is it trifling? Yes. But not to the degree of Portia's triflingness. And y'all not even gonna convince, y'all can't even convince yourself of that. Portia introduced a lady to the show as her friend, went out to the club, was taking pictures with this woman. The difference is you're standing in your truth and not creating multiple lies about it. You haven't moved in a foul way. Come on. Come on, bitch. You see how the girls throw business in your face? Girl, that's okay, girl. Spoken like a true Libra, you will not hold us hostage. Girl, it won't. It won't. The difference is I am saying that I fucked a man that was married. I can go into detail about the situation. Portia, on the other hand, don't want to be a real hoe like the rest of us and stand in her shit. That's the difference. You see what I'm saying? I'm not making them no excuses. I said he was separated. I said he was married. The second one was married. He said his wife knew. Girl, he in a relationship with a woman. I mean, a relationship with a man now. Girl, this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. The difference is a real hoe gonna stand in their shit. That's why I said I know a hoe because I used to be one. See, the other hoes like Portia and y'all don't want to stand in y'all wholeness. I'm not no hoe to the point where I'm hanging out with a woman and then I married her now ex-husband 2 years later. That's the difference. That's the difference. I'm not hanging out with bitches like that. See, like I always say, bitch, I was a hoe with integrity. Y'all hoes don't have no integrity. I was a hoe with a little bit of morals, bitch. Y'all hoes ain't got no morals. When I was a hoe, I was a hoe. And I wasn't harmed with bitches who I was hanging out with. They husbands. Y'all fucking bitches who y'all hang out with, y'all fucking they husbands. Bitches who invite you into their houses and give you their hen of steak and cheese and crackers. Hello? Hello? Let me say it again. I ain't fucked nobody's husband and I've been in that bitch house. I'm messy. No, I'm a real cousin. I'm gonna let him know. I ain't fucked nobody. Now, bitch, like I said, the first man I fucked, he told me he was separated from his wife. He had his own apartment. The second wife, well, the first one was black. The second one was white. The second one, he gay. Girl. But bitch, y'all not gonna put me on the same level as Portia. And the fact of the matter is, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, and I'm not gonna take it back. The girls, it's not me. It's her homegirls that call Portia a hoe. Y'all don't remember Phaedra getting down to the confessional, basically talking about depending on girl, if you got the money for the pussy, you got the pussy for the money. Girl, y'all don't remember Miss Phaedra, Portia's homegirl, freaking frack. She been calling that lady Miss Thoughtlandia for how long? Phaedra done came back this season and said in episodes 1, 2, and I think 3, and referred to Portia as a motherfucking hoe. That's her homegirl. And said that depending on how deep your pockets are, that's going to determine if Portia gives you some pussy. If you got some pussy for the money, you got some money for the pussy. Y'all don't remember Phaedra saying that? Y'all don't remember Candy and the other girls talking about how Portia walking around here selling pussy for handbags and how she can afford a $250,000 purse? Y'all don't remember these conversations? Let me make sure. Y'all don't remember these conversations? Do y'all remember these conversations? Because I remember on one season they were all trying to figure out how the fuck Portia could afford a $200,000 or $250,000 purse. I remember Phaedra calling Portia Miss Thoughtlandia. I remember Phaedra this season talking about Portia being a hoe in the comment section. I remember Angela last season saying that Portia said off camera that she better be careful before she fucked Charles. Portia's friend group has labeled her a whore. Portia's friend group has pushed the narrative that Portia is a whore and she sleeps with married men. The woman who she takes pictures with, Phaedra, if you got the money for the pussy, you got the pussy for the money. You got the money for the pussy, you got the pussy for the money. So I want y'all to stop with this thing when it comes to Portia, that people just pulling shit out of thin air when it comes to Portia. Because the reason why we can say what we say is because her friend group has pushed the narrative that Portia is a whore. And when Portia brings a coworker into her home, a coworker brings Portia into her home, and then we look up and she's married to that man. Anyways, okay. So Kelly says when you're traveling, you want something like you're used to. I don't know, girl. Drew. Oh, I didn't like this. Oh, I did like this. Drew pops her neck, like, girl. And then Kelly says, basically like, why are you popping your neck, Drew? What's going on with you? And then Drew says that you're talking about dirt. Now you're talking about comfortability. Let me say something, girl. You better run the minutes. Okay. What did Quad say? Don't make me make run the motherfucking minutes. It's so funny. Girl, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna move on. It'd be so funny when I come down here and tell stories, how the girls try to throw it in my face. Bitch, I'm not Karen Huger, bitch. Girl, I'm not Karen Huger. Bitch, I know exactly what the fuck I be saying down here. So the difference between me and the other hoes is, bitch, I live. Girl, I accept the shit that I did. Y'all hoes want to accept the fact that y'all was trifling assholes. That's the difference. I can accept it. I don't do whole shit like that in my 30s and 40s. Bitch, that was a long time ago. Anyway, Cheryl. So this is my problem with Drew. Drew, you girl, I don't know why. Girl, now all of a sudden you're talking about dirt. Now you're talking about comfortability. Girl. I mean, girl, to me, they both go hand in hand to a certain degree. Not in every scenario, but I mean, girl, if I don't sleep on dirty sheets at my house, then what makes you think I want to sleep on dirty sheets in an Airbnb? Now this is where Kelly lost me. Drew says, you look the fact is you had a good night's rest. You look gorgeous, honey. That's what Drew said. And then for whatever reason, I don't know if Kelly, I love P, but she should be but she should. Oh, but saying she will fuck Charles was wild. Thank you. This is my problem, right? Kelly, and then Kelly says, and you look like an alien. You look like the alien in your movie. I don't know if Kelly was already trying to. I don't know if Kelly was already thinking of a response to Drew, because Drew tells you you look gorgeous, and you respond saying she looks like an alien. I, I, you know what I'm at with this? You know what I'm at? Just let the girls fight. Just let the girls fight. If they want to talk about each other looks, whether it's Phaedra want to talk about Kenya Moore looks, let her talk about her looks. If Portia want to talk, like, just let the girls fight. I'm done. I'm out of it. I'm over it. If the girls want to talk about each other's children and say your children's favorite color is a number 5, then girl, that's just what the girls do. Girl, what's up, Mimi? To me, Kelly comes off like she needs a job. LOL. I just didn't understand Kelly's. I didn't understand Kelly's response to Drew calling her gorgeous. I didn't understand it. Anyways, um, Portia asks, okay, Michelle, girl. Now here we go. Okay, Kimberly, come to the front of the class. Portia asks, okay, Michelle, what's your read on Drew? And Kay basically says that she's only been. This is like her second time hanging around Drew. Girl, let's just talk about this whole Black and K Michelle situation. K Michelle basically was saying, Drew. I mean, I forgot who brought it up. I think it was Portia. I can't remember. I think Portia brought up the Black. I would ask Drew, do you even know if your kids go to school on time, girl? Every single I would ask you, do you know if your kids go to school on time, girl, every single time? And I think that's where I feel like the girls just need to go. I feel like at this point, like, if y'all want to play, like, I just feel like let the girls, let the girls bang. I'm over. I don't care if they talk about each other looks. I don't care if they talk about each other's pussy. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. If the girls, just let girl. It is what it is. Because at this point, we gonna stand up for what we feel like is right. The girls say Pinky is aggressive, so she's aggressive. That's the consensus with most of the viewers. She's aggressive, so Pinky is aggressive. But I won't bang bang back on the show. Girl. Pinky is aggressive. I sure wish Britt Eady was on the show. Girl, what? Huh? Explain to me your thought process. You think Pinky is aggressive, but you want the lady who threatened someone with pistols and whips back on the show. Okay. Explain to me. Explain to me how did you get to that point? Talk to me like I'm right. Just start from A and then just work your way on up because I'm a little confused. Anyway, um, oh, Michelle, girl, it is giving that Black based off of those DMs. Now, to what degree do you know Black? I don't know. Black messaged K Michelle in her DMs. She's responding. I'm not necessarily caught up on the handsome part. She said, "Thank you, handsome." Um, and I think she said something. I think I took a screenshot. Yeah, I think I did. Um, okay. Keep singing, baby. This is a message. These are the messages between Black and K Michelle in her DMs. Keep singing, baby. You did an amazing job. You did amazing. It was great seeing you. Forever proud. And then she responded and said, "Thank you, handsome. I saw you out there." And then he responded, "You're welcome, baby. I loved every minute of watching you shine to lock me in." Kay, this is the problem that I'm having with Kay. Because Kay said that Drew is trying to paint the picture that Drew implied that she's doing something with somebody and I'm a married woman. Well, Kay, and this is why I'm the best at what I do. Well, Kay, I remember you sitting down with Portia and Pinky and Black's name coming up into the conversation. I think it was because of the dinner, and Drew had him on FaceTime the entire time. And I remember Kay saying at that table that he DM'd me. And I think someone said, "Oh, that's Drew's man." And then I think Kay Michelle said, "Well, he's single, so he can do what he want to do." You can't. My thing is, Kay was happy to talk to someone she doesn't like, don't know. um, at the at that stupid dinner scene, it's clear she picked with Drew. So it is giving K Michelle. You probably did come on to this show wanting a problem with Drew. Because again, based off of the first conversation between Portia, see, that's why I said the girls can't never say I'm not fair. That's why I think that's one of the things that irritates me the most when the girls are like, "Oh, you're not fair. You're a motherfucking lie." Okay. Because one thing about it too, I'm always fair. When K Michelle and Portia met up, I said in my review, I feel like it's something there because of the way that Portia threw out there, because they were talking about the girls who were going to be coming to Portia's dinner. And Portia threw out there, Drew, your fellow singer. It was like dipped in mess. And then the next minute we see Kay Michelle, Portia, and Kelly. And now you're talking about the nigga that was on the phone and how he's single and he can do what he want to do. And now it's, oh, yeah, Drew had her finger. I'm paraphrasing what Kay Michelle said, but she said something along the lines that Drew had her finger in my face. And the girl, you better watch it with that finger. It is giving K Michelle wants a problem with Drew. It is. It is. It is. Um. So Kay doesn't like Drew because the shade she was throwing at her about her music career. Thank you. So they get to the Fort Worth stockyard, and I hear somebody say, "Oh, this is so cute, y'all. It's a little town." Girl. Now, correct me if I'm wrong for the girls who live in Fort Worth. Fort Worth is, I think, a million population, like a million plus people. Hello, and y'all pull up talking about, "Oh, this is so cute. This is a cute little town." Girl, Fort Worth is bigger than Atlanta. As far as population wise, I believe. I think because of the aesthetics of where they were at, it did give small town. But no, baby, Fort Worth. I think that place, Fort Worth Stockyard, is in Fort Worth, Texas, and Fort Worth is one. I think it's Fort Worth. I think it's like in the top 10 biggest cities in the U.S. So no, Fort Worth is not is not a cute little town. So I was like, what y'all talking about? I was like, Fort Worth? No, Fort Worth is not. Like I said, I can see why they probably thought that because of the aesthetics of the of where they were at. But no, girl, Fort Worth is a big ass city. Okay. Um. Anyways, so girl, this review getting too long. Oh, it's only an hour. Okay, girl, we gotta. Okay. Stockyards is just a tourist area offset from downtown Fort Worth. Okay. Thank you. Mm. Fort Worth is all over my address at Fort Worth, and I live 5 minutes from DFW airport. Thank you. Everything in Texas is bigger, baby. It really is. Do y'all know, girl? It take. Girl, I don't know if the girls realize how big Texas is. Texas is humongous, y'all. Like me and my friend, they think beefing with Drew is easy, but low key sometimes because of her being laid back, it drives girls crazy, and the reads sometimes land. Thank you, Harmony. Texas is big as hell. When me and my friend No, it is. When me and my friend used to have a girlfriend in Colorado. Girl, I never do that shit again. We drove to Colorado. It took us longer to get out of Texas. Once we got out of Texas, the drive was shorter once we got out of Texas than in Texas. I think we drove in Texas. I think we were in Texas for about 10 hours, I believe. Texas is big as hell. Okay? And then once we got out of Texas, we was like, okay, girl, we on our way. Girl, we was in Texas most of the goddamn time. Okay? I said, girl, when we go, I think we drove to New Mexico. Um, she used to live in Pueblo. Y'all know Pueblo? Pueblo, Colorado is like 20 minutes. Um, 20 minutes. No, baby. Dallas and Houston is about a 3.5 4 hour drive, and that drive is horrible. Anybody will tell you the drive to Dallas is absolutely horrific. Okay? Anyway, but yeah, girl, Texas is big. Texas is big as hell. If once you like, yes, trying to drive to El Paso from Houston feels like cross country. I'm telling y'all, baby, that drive is hell on wheels, baby. Houston is an hour from Houston. LOL, right? Girl, like Texas is a mess. I mean, not a mess, but it's just big as hell. It really is big. Okay, and it's just a mess. Anyways, um, so yeah, when they said that it was a cute, I was like, baby, that's not a cute small town, girl. Fort Worth is big as hell. All right, I really be wanting to like Portia. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I be rock. Portia actually is funny as hell to me. She is. Portia is funny, but girl. So Phaedra supposedly used to ride horses back in the day when she was a child, and oh, they went to go see a horse. Girl, the horse started bucking. Bitch, the way I started hollering, the way I started hollering when that horse started bucking, she gone. Bucking, bucking, whoa. Girl, when that horse started bucking, girl, the girls got to running. Phaedra fell on the ground. I heard somebody say, oh shit, goddamn. Bitch, 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 when I tell you, baby, they got to running, baby. You better get to running, bitch. Oh yeah, bitch. That horse said, baby. When I tell that horse said, you better get to running, bitch. Okay, bitch. Poor, I think Phaedra was on the ground, girl. Even the lady that was hosting them, she took off running. I was like, girl, this is a mess. Um, And it's so, I do not. It's so crazy because I do not fool with horses, even though girl, my family, girl, believe it or not, girl, I grew up in very small town, and some of my family they deal with horses. I never was a horse person. Girl, I have family members that like back in the day we would have family reunions. Girl, it would be the middle of August, the middle of July, and girl, my family was walking around with cowboy boots, Wranglers, and cowboy hats on, girl. So you would think as we literally had a parade in my hometown. It was called a horse parade. It was so big. It was a big thing. Like you would get out of school. We would get out of school early on Fridays because everybody had to prepare for the horse parade on Saturday. Girl, yeah, girl, a mess. Listen, you would think as much as I was around horses, girl, I do not fool with horses, girl. Okay, at all. So, anyways, girl, I don't fool with no animals. Okay. Um, girl, okay. Um, So, girl, they were talking, and the lady told Phaedra to explain to the ladies about, riding horses. So it was a lady that was riding the horse, and Phaedra and Portia and the other girls they just watched. And so as she's riding the horse, Phaedra was explaining to K Michelle because K Michelle was asking Phaedra questions, and she was basically asking her, like, how do you know when to speed up, blah, blah, blah. And Phaedra was saying you just have to tighten your thighs around him, right? And basically, like, he'll kind of understand what's going on. And then Portia said, well, I can't stand Portia, but she is funny. You know how that works. Put the little grip on him. Hold on. It took us 3 days to get from New Orleans to Seattle on the Greyhound bus. A day and a half of that was spent in Texas. I was like, damn, we still in this motherfucker. Texas is huge. Texas is huge, y'all. Y'all see that? Texas is huge. It really is. It's almost like, girl, you don't want to take a trip because you're gonna spend most of your time just trying to get the fuck out of Texas. Girl, okay. Um. Anyways, Portia said, you know how that works. Put that little grip on them. Speed up. Oh, Portia get on my nerves. Oh, Portia get on my nerves. But she had me cracking up this episode though. So the lady, she finishes riding the horse. I felt so bad for the lady. I really did because you could tell she really wanted one of them to ride the horse. I kind of felt bad. I felt like the lady really wanted one of them to ride the horse, and nobody wanted to ride the horse. I really thought it was gonna be Portia. I was like, it's gonna be either Portia or either what Nene said. I rode plenty of horses; they just didn't have four legs. I know that's right. I thought it was really gonna be either Portia or Phaedra, but nobody rode the horse, and I felt bad for the lady. Um, so, anyways, she's basically like, so who's next? Who wants to ride the horse, right? And they were all like, they all stood there like, who this bitch talking to? And then Portia said, my wig. Portia said, oh, bitch. Portia said, my wig too big for that helmet. Hold on. And then Angela said, I have a skirt on. And then K Michelle said, I feel like I don't want nobody. I feel like I don't want nobody on my back. Bitch, I want to give Phaedra, girl. That's what I said, girl. Girl, I don't know, girl. Girl, something came over me, girl. Girl, I want to give Phaedra a shout out. I was so happy when Phaedra shut that producer down in that confessional because basically Phaedra wig wasn't taped down. She just had it sitting on her head. So of course it would have been a chance that her wig would have come off. So that's one of the and I kind of I get it. Like don't nobody, especially no black woman, want to be on TV with that wig coming off. You know what I'm saying? Um. So the lady asked Phaedra, "Oh, explain that you can't ride because your wig isn't glued down." And then Phaedra said, "Girl, I ain't fixing to say that on TV. Do that to the Beverly Hills. They shit ain't tagged. I mean, theirs ain't tagged down either. Shit." I said, "Come on, girl, bitch. We just saw Kathy Hilton, ghetto ass bitch, sitting at a motherfucking table last season, taking out tracks." I was a little annoyed. I wanted to actually see them do an activity. I'm not gonna lie, girl, and I know it's gonna sound like, bitch, who are you? Even though I don't ride horses and I wouldn't have either, I was kind of annoyed. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of annoyed. I know that sounds crazy. I know I can't have it both ways because I wouldn't have got on that horse either. But y'all know I don't fool with animals. But I was kind of annoyed that they didn't go. Like, I feel like Shamil would have got on that horse. I feel like Shamil, I feel like they should have I feel like they should have swapped. I feel like they should have swapped. I do. I feel like Shamil would have got on the horse. Drew probably would have got on that horse. Pinky, nah, Pinky wouldn't have. Pinky said she don't. I don't think Pinky ride animals, right? But I did kind of feel bad. I did feel kind of bad. Like, girl, y'all could have like one of y'all could have at least got on the horse, girl. like, come on now. like, Phaedra didn't want us to see her tennis ball hair. But yes, I wasn't mad at Phaedra for telling that lady that. Like, girl, get on my motherfucking face. I'm not about to be on here talking about no motherfucking wig. And then Portia said, "That's why the girls." Portia said, "Portia said, I don't think I'm dressed to ride a cow today." I said, "Well, wait, what? Wait, what she say?" I said, "What she say?" I said, "What she say?" I said, "Hold on, what she say?" Girl, what she say? Girl, I had to rewind it. I said, "Hold on, what she say?" She said, "I don't think I'm dressed to ride a cow today." Girl. They go out to eat. I thought it was a little rude. I'm not gonna lie. This is the thing, right? We know that these producers they have to find locations for the ladies to like film, right? I don't think they can just show up at a restaurant with cameras. Based off what I understand, a lot of this stuff, like it really does have to be planned out. So even though Cynthia's name is on it, I think they have to get together and plan it together. So basically, I thought it was a little fucked up that they went to a restaurant um, where they couldn't, where Pinky was not able to have a variety of food to choose from. I get that Pinky is the only vegan in the group, okay? But the fact of the matter is, she is in the group. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought I was like, damn, like, I mean, she ate some french fries, but I was like, damn. Like, I guess, girl. Anyways, so they went to a place to get something to eat. Bitch, when Cynthia said, girl, give me the ribs. Bitch, give me the ribs. I know that's right. I want some ribs, baby. Girl, one thing I do like about the girls in Atlanta, they eat for real. That's one thing I've all because like the girls on Beverly, they don't eat like this. Remember Lisa Rinna made a joke? We drink our calories. Baby, the girls on Atlanta, baby, they gonna eat. Give me a rack. Give me the ribs. A full rack. Cause I'm gonna take the rest home. I'm gonna take the rest home to eat after we come back tonight. Girl, give me a rack of ribs, give me some broccoli, give me some potato salad, and give me some beans. Okay, I want the full rack. Yes, ma'am. Because I'm gonna take the rest of them home. Um, Drew and Shamia. I get it. I know y'all. I know y'all don't like. I know y'all hate Shamia and y'all love Drew. Drew is too passive aggressive for me. I just wish. Remember, Cynthia packed up that pig for Mike. I don't remember that. Oh. Um, the thing I don't like about Drew is I just wish Drew would just stand on business with Shamia. Like, girl, basically, I start fucking with you when I start fucking with you when I want to fuck with you. Cause bitch, you got into some shit with me last year that had nothing to do with you. So Shamia and Drew started talking. Basically, we gotta hurry up. This review getting too long. They agreed to apologize to each other. Right? We're gonna count to one, two, three. Then we're gonna apologize. They get up, and then I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, I got ahead of myself. Girl, I skipped over 2 pages of notes. Anyways, Drew gets up and they're about to apologize, and then Drew mentions Shamia's mom. Basically, what did she say? What that bitch say? Did I miss? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, she says as long as you leave your mama in the generational gang over there. I was like, girl, that's what I'm saying. Like the situation between Drew and Shamia ain't deep. It really ain't. It really ain't. If we're gonna apologize and move on, then I am with Shamia. Why are you mentioning my mama? You hear my stomach growling? If we're about to apologize and move on, then we're just gonna apologize and move on. But you bring up my mama, and then y'all wonder why we taking 5 steps back. I understand. I absolutely agree that Shamia is the reason why her and Drew started beefing because she was too for a Portia's pussy. I completely get it. But at what point do we say, girl, it ain't that deep? I think what it is for me, we've seen beefs on this show that be deep as fuck. Drew needs to stand in it. Shamia moved very foul last season on behalf of a woman that won't even talk to her. Shamia was a fool to film with Ralph. Shamia and Portia filmed with Ralph. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think Drew needs to just stand in her shit and be like, girl, I'll fuck with you when I want to fuck with you. Bitch, you sat down with my motherfucking husband. But then she can't say that. But I mean she can, but girl, your homegirl sat down with your husband too. Shamia been sitting at the table with Ralph by herself. Um. So, anyways, girl, I put why are they sitting in the middle of horse shit? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the sitting in the middle of a barn with horses behind us drinking wine. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. I thought it was weird. I'm sorry that I just didn't get it. I thought they probably would have been better if they probably would have had the table sitting on the outside. But girl, we're really sitting in here with horse shit, drinking wine. I didn't get it. I just didn't. Um, I don't know, girl. I don't want to talk about this shit no more because it's stupid. This is dumb. This is dumb. So Cynthia brings up, she walked back up, and Pinky and Angela were in a full battle. Pinky then says, "Did I need to come at her like? Did I need to come at Angela like that? Maybe not. She's beneath my tax bracket." I don't know, Pinky. I wish they would have really stayed in Dallas proper. Dallas is rich in dining, shopping, and real estate. We want fabulosity, not long car rides. Girl, that's what I'm saying, girl. It's so crazy. You know what is crazy to me, naturally, Sadie? It is insane to me how so many people have switched up from last year to this year. When I remember watching Potomac, and I remember saying how I 100% agreed with Giselle and the girls about staying an hour or two from Angel, because bitch, I'm not about to be sitting in no car no all day long trying to get to where we need to go. I completely understood it. The amount of people that have now switched up their opinion because now they just don't like Shamia and Kelly, or the car, like it's weird to me because y'all did not have this energy last year for Angel. The fact that so many people are okay with Shamia and Kelly sleeping on dirty sheets, I'm at the point where I'm just going to enjoy the season for what it is. The fandom and show has become exhausting. Bless you and Erica for reviewing. Thank you. Um, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I'm pretty consistent in what I say. I think Angel tried her best to handle the situation. I feel like I feel like Cynthia tried, but then she tried to check them. Like, don't mention that room to me no more. Where Angel was trying and trying to be apologetic, and Cynthia was more so like, bitch, don't mention them dirty ass rooms to me no more, bitch. Cause bitch, what you want me to do about it, huh? Anyways, girl, it is what it is, girl. Pinky says that Angela is underneath her tax bracket. The only thing I'm gonna say is this. It is cringy to it is cringy to hear Pinky always talk about how deep her pockets are and how she got more money than all the bitches on the cast. I'm paraphrasing. It is. But I also think that it is unless I don't know anything about chapter 7, chapter 11, or chapter 13 bankruptcy, okay? But I do know that there are very wealthy people out there um, that have filed bankruptcy and are still very wealthy. I do think it's a tad bit strange that people can hear these stories from Donald Trump on down. And it has been debates on if Donald Trump is as rich as he says that he is. I don't know. But Pinky can still have coin and still be filing for bankruptcy. Right? Pinky can still have coin and be filing for bankruptcy, right? I'm asking. So I do think it's weird how I see so many people like, oh, shut your broke ass up. Bitch, you ain't got no money. But I don't think that's necessarily the truth. And if Pinky is going through what she says she's going through, as far as like all this shit being put in her name and people stealing from her, I saw some man who was stealing money from her supposedly the other day. FDT. What's FDT? Thank you, McKinney82. What's FDT? Talk plain to me, Sheldon. What's FDT? Oh, I figured it out. Never mind. I see. I get it. 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 Never mind. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. You ain't gotta say it. I get it. Okay, I got it. Okay. Girl, I know what the fuck are you talking about? Stop playing to me. I got it, girl. I got it. 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 Okay. Anyways, it is what it is with Pinky. Um, Cynthia says Pinky made a couple of them uncomfortable. Pinky says, when I was talking to Cynthia, Pinky says, they say when I was talking to Cynthia, my tone was aggressive. And she says it was curt. Um, she said it was a reason it went left because she said it was a reason it went left because you didn't have the backstory. God, I don't want to, I don't, ooh, I don't know, girl. But she did have the backstory. That's the thing. She had the backstory. And Pinky didn't lie. Pinky had the backstory, and the story literally aligned with what Cynthia also said. So I'm very confused on why Cynthia now, the next day, is trying to act as if Pinky said something at that table that was incorrect. Because everything that Pinky said was correct. Pinky, when Cynthia went down to ask Shamia and Kelly about them being upset, even though Cynthia had talked to Shamia and Kelly earlier, Shamia said no. Pinky is absolutely correct. That's what she said. Pinky said the room is filthy and no one should have to sleep like that. Literally, Cynthia echoed what Pinky said and said the room needed a deep cleaning. What are we talking about? The whole conversation was revolving, not the whole conversation. A part of the conversation was the room being dirty. It wasn't if you dirtied up the room. Pinky said they said the room is dirty. No one should have to sleep like that. Shamil sent her pictures of the room. Cynthia said, yes, the room needed a deep cleaning. What the fuck do people think a deep cleaning means? They were trying to create a character narrative of Pinky the same way that Kenya got the villain edit. Thank you, Diva. Like, that's literally what happened. That's what happened. No, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't, sometimes I forget stuff. I don't remember Shamil R. Kelly saying that Cynthia is the reason why the room is dirty. Shamil and Kelly talking about cleanliness, but they got their asses on that bull, then went home and twerked on the bed. Oh, dirty ass helpers. Okay. Um, I don't remember. I don't think Pinky is aggressive. I just think she's used to being the boss, so her tone and shutting down conversation comes across as aggressive. It's just weird to me. So, anyways, Pinky says, I've moved on. It's a new day. And this is why I started to get confused. Maybe y'all can explain this to me. Then Cynthia says, can you open up the floor for questions? See, what you do is start a conversation. You run the conversation. So please don't come in here and run the whole conversation and not open up the floor. Well, girl, one minute y'all complaining about her being an energy vampire and putting her nose into shit that ain't got no business. And then when she say, girl, it's a new day, I want to move on, there's a problem. And the fact of the matter is, Cynthia, Pinky did not, girl, here we go, y'all. We got to deal in facts, y'all. Pinky did not introduce this conversation to the table. Girl, you did. You are the one who said, when you walk back up, Pinky and Angela were in a full-on battle. You brought up the conversation. Pinky don't want to talk about it no more. You still want to talk about it. I'm confused. So do y'all want to talk about it or do y'all not want to talk about it? When Pinky is trying to move on from the conversation, it's a new day, girl. We done moved on now. No, 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 no. Open up the floor for questions. What questions, girl? It ain't no questions that need to be asked. The fact of the matter, the fact of the matter is the fact. We're dealing in facts. Cynthia, if you thought I was aggressive, then why the fuck you didn't say nothing last night? I was sitting 1 inch from you. If you thought my tone was curt, if you thought I was hostile, if you thought I was aggressive, then why you didn't say nothing last night when I was sitting right beside you, girl? You've been on here since season 3. You know what hostility looks like, Heifer. That's what the fuck Pinky should have told her. Why you didn't say nothing last night? Because you didn't say nothing to me last night. I do think Shamia and Kelly implied that Cynthia knew it was dirty and put them in there. I think it only happened since they talked around 50 cents. I think that Shamia and Kelly, like Angela said, they were uncertain why Cynthia put them in that room. Yeah, and then I think they also tried. They didn't know if Cynthia. Okay, I get what you're saying. They didn't know if Cynthia knew if the room was dirty and if they put them down there based off of whatever thing. And I think that's what Pinky was trying to get clarification on. That's why Cynthia. I mean, that's why Angela said also they were uncertain. I don't know, girl. I don't know, girl. It's just weird to me. What did Cynthia say? I'm not buying it. What's going on? Who's spamming what, girl? You don't know what's going on, child. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not. It's not the truth when people like Cynthia Ogre. You came in hot. No, she didn't. Matter of fact, if we gonna tell if we're gonna tell the whole story, tell the whole story. The story the story is Portia is the one who actually asked about Shamia and Kelly. That's how the conversation got started. And the same way we have questions for Pinky on why are you saying anything, you should be asking Portia, why the fuck you even care about bitches who you don't even talk to? Like, I think that's the problem that a lot of people are having. They're not starting at A. Why Pinky so worried about Shamia and Kelly? No, the question should be why the fuck is Portia, who's not even the host, concerned about Shamia and Kelly? Because Portia don't even like Shamia or Kelly. So why are you even asking about Shamia and Kelly? Cynthia was acting just like she did in season 7, and it annoyed the F out of me in that moment. But let y'all tell it, this made her the anchor now. Baby, the way people acting like Cynthia is the anchor of the show, girl, I don't get it. Block at for me to know, Rodney, it's a bot. If I see it come across, I will. Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's weird. And I guarantee you, I can guarantee you my last $2. If you go back and watch that episode, Portia is the one who introduced Shamia and Kelly into the conversation. It wasn't Pinky. And I dare somebody to tell me that's not the truth. And I don't know why y'all not worried about. Okay, we go. They got him. I don't know why y'all not concerned about why Portia is asking questions about Shamia and Kelly and she don't like them. I wonder if people would be satisfied with the show with just Portia, Angela, Drew, Phaedra, and Cynthia as a friend, and since everyone disliked Pinky, Shamia, and Kelly. I honestly, Cynthia can barely anchor a wig to her head good. Okay, I would say to be fair, Pinky was rapid fire asking questions without giving space for Cynthia to respond back. She overtalked her while she responded. Thank you, Harmony. I really think I don't, girl. I mean, girl, it is what it is, girl. I don't know, girl. It's a mess. I think they should just go back to how they had it that one season when they had five housewives. That's what I put on Twitter. I think I put it on my thumbnail. I think that next season they should just have Portia, Phaedra, Angela, Drew, and Cynthia. I really do. They should just have a five housewife season. Don't bring Shamia back. Don't bring Kelly back. Don't bring Pinky back. Don't bring K Michelle back. Who I mean, yeah. I think they should just have Portia, Phaedra, Drew, Angela, and Cynthia, and that's it. That's what I think they should have. Cynthia, you opened up the conversation. You opened up the conversation. You Cynthia is losing me. I'm sorry, y'all, because the conversation does revolve around the room not being clean. You were just on a bus telling Shamia and Kelly that you don't want to talk about that goddamn room no more and how y'all are bringing down the energy on the trip. Did Cynthia not just say that on the bus? Like, what, are we not watching the same? Are we not watching the same show? Girl, did Cynthia just say that on the bus? She told Kelly I don't want to talk about the motherfucking rooms, bitch. She ain't said it that way, but she should have. But now you want to talk about Pinky and Angela and the rooms and how you don't have the backstory, but you just said that you don't want to talk about the rooms no more. So why are you still talking about the motherfucking rooms? Because you brought up the conversation. You brought up the conversation. Pinky didn't. Pinky tried to shut it down. And then when she tried to shut it down, you tell her, girl, you're not going to control the conversation. You just said you didn't want to talk about it, bitch, on the bus. So why the fuck are you still talking about it? Am I making this up? Again, fourth wall, 50 Cent felt like she shouldn't be addressed like that because of a hierarchy thing. Not saying it's right, but an observation. I feel like that's what it is too. I feel like really and truly, they don't like that. They think that Pinky, and I have seen people say this on Twitter, they don't think that Pinky should be speaking. She's out of place. Like, bitch, you knew. I like Shamil being on the show. It keeps Portia on edge. That's a good thing. They will get into it sooner than later. It's not about blaming Portia for this, but the fact. This is what I'm saying, Smith. It's not about blaming Portia for this. The fact of the matter is, this is not an opinion, this is facts. The fact, F A C T, Portia is the one who brought up Kelly and Shamia to Pinky. She did. So for them to keep pushing this narrative, Pinky came in hot. Girl, Portia literally asked Pinky about girls who she didn't even talk, who she not even talking to. And is that not what happened? Am, am I tripping? Am I tripping? how the conversation got started? Cynthia is the one who brought up the conversation at the dinner table with Pinky. After she had just told them on the bus that I don't want to talk about them goddamn rooms no more. But here you are talking about you didn't have the backstory to the rooms. You just said that you didn't want to talk about the rooms. You just said it. And now here you are bringing up the rooms. And then getting mad at me because I'm like, girl, it's a new day. We done moved on. I said what I said. She said what I said. Like, what are y'all talking about? That's literally what happened. Like, well, I don't want to. I'm done. I'm done. I don't even care no more, girl. This is some crazy ass shit. I feel like I'm a motherfucking Twilight Zone. Girl, I don't even want to drink. Glass of wine. Girl, I think I got a little swallow. I got a little swallow, girl. Y'all bitches got me drinking. Girl, I don't even drink tonight. Yeah. I feel like I need some motherfucking hard. God damn. Bitch, I feel like I think I need some hard. That's what I want to drink tonight, bitch. Ooh. Girl, I need to pull that motherfucking concept. Bitch, y'all got me stressed out. Bitch, I'm not about to be playing this game with y'all, girl. I feel like I be watching a whole motherfucking different show. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Bitch, bitch, girl, I be so confused, girl. Am I making... Girl, I'm so motherfucking confused. Bitch, girl, let me tell you, I wasn't even gonna drink tonight, girl. Girl, I don't even drink, I really be trying not to drink hard liquor on the weekday. But bitch, y'all got me drinking hard motherfucking Don Julio Active Folio on a motherfucking Tuesday. It's going up on a Tuesday. Girl, y'all got me acting a... Girl, I don't understand it. Oh no! Don't block for me! No, don't block her! Cousin, they done told you to block me that I'm a bot. I'm the one who told you to run to Target and get your jacket and sent you the super chat for it. The backstory was Cynthia had already talked with Shamia and Pinky didn't know. Thank you. Yes, don't block her, baby. Don't block her. Cynthia said y'all ain't about to treat her like Angel on RHOP, okay, basically. Girl, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Girl, I just, girl, it's a Tuesday. Y'all got me over here drinking Don Julio, Active Folio. I'm not gonna, girl, I'm not about to stress myself out over these motherfucking Real Housewives of Atlanta. Give Kim her cup back. I promise I was not drinking at all. Y'all know I'm trying to get my fitness on. Y'all know I'm trying to get my fitness on, girl. I'm trying to get skinny. Anyways, girl, I don't even give a fuck. Y'all stress me out. Girl, and I could not be girl, and I gotta go get my nieces tomorrow after from school. I don't know, girl. I'm kind of over it, girl. Um, Yeah, I don't get it. It is what it is. Cynthia said on the bus she not talking about the rooms no more. But girl, here they go talking about the rooms. Pinky didn't start the conversation. Pinky said, girl, she done moved on. It's a new day. And here goes Cynthia talking about, you know what you do? You start a conversation. You run the conversation. So please don't come in here and run the whole conversation and not open up the floor. Open up the floor for what? Girl, one, I didn't start the conversation. You started the conversation. Two, girl, you just said on the bus that you didn't want to talk about the motherfucking rooms no more. Girl, three, I'm trying to tell y'all I done moved on from last night, and here you go, four, still talking about the fuck shit. So are we talking about the rooms or are we not talking about the rooms? Drew and Cynthia, they get back to the house. Cynthia in the room passed out. I knew Cynthia was gonna be asleep because that's some shit I would do. Girl, no shade. Girl, we too old to be doing shit like that. I knew when I saw them bitches drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning. Girl, Cynthia and those girls were drinking hard liquor at 10 something in the morning. Do you hear me? Cynthia was out on the bus taking shots of tequila. When they got to that cattle herding, bitch, that time said 11:55. I said 11:55. I said, bitch, y'all been drinking like that, girl. Not no orange juice and Andre. Hey, not no orange juice and Andre. Girl, them bitches was drinking full. I'm talking about 35, 40%, baby. Cynthia came home and took a nap. Girl, that's how it usually is, girl. When you start drinking like that early in the morning, the girls who drink know what I'm talking about. When you start drinking like that early in the morning and you go out and you in the sun all day, girl, when you come back home, you're gonna have to take a nap. Girl, I'm going to sleep actually. Okay. And Cynthia was 60. So Cynthia, Cynthia 60. I think Cynthia like 60, about to be 60. Oh, Cynthia do look good with that short hair though. I ain't gonna lie. Betty Boop hairstyle she got with the oversized white blazer and pant. Oh, I thought Cynthia looked so fly. Cynthia thinks the issue with Shamia and Kelly is bigger than the room. She says that she feels like Shamia feels a way about not being in the big house. I agree. I do believe that Shamia and Kelly both feel a way about not being in the big house. I think again, Cynthia was talking out of both sides of her face. Cynthia, you cannot. I can understand on these shows how the girls start to feel a way. Oh, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, the girls start to feel away. Um, and I said, I can see why Shamia or Kelly might feel away because you got us in the outhouse, right? But then you got K Michelle. She's a new girl inside the house. So I can see how that could cause a problem. I will say Pinky in interviews and talking to Drew said she really went in. I think production cut a lot because it sounded like Angela and Cint got it. Thank you, Harmony Bryant. Girl, they had them in the girl. I said they had them in the slave quarters. Remember that's what Giselle and Ashley did to the dark skinned lady on Potomac. Ashley and Giselle stayed at the main house, and then they put Tia in the slave quarters. Y'all don't remember that? I said, girl, they put Tia in the slave quarters, baby. They put girl Cynthia put Pinky, Shamir, and Kelly in the slave quarters. I would have loved being out there. I don't like fooling with people like that anyway. So I would have had the time of my life being in Pinky's room. I would have. Anyways, um, Drew says that Pinky inserts herself in everyone's drama. That's what like you know what I feel like is happening. I feel like what's happening with this show is what happens on Potomac. They say things and it goes against what the majority of the viewers have seen. I am so confused how everybody can get online and say that Angela is the bone carrier, the bone collector. But then you have Drew now saying that it's Pinky who inserts herself in everyone's drama. No, baby, that's your homegirl. And that's okay. Somebody has to move the storyline along. But no, baby, that's actually Angela. That's what I be saying. Like, I be so confused when the girls, I'm like, are we watching the same show? Angela messy as fuck. Messy as fuck. And that's okay. Somebody got to do it. But it don't take away from the fact that even if you sign up to do the job, that takes away from you being messy. Angela is messy, messy, messy. Anyways, the girls get on the bus. Everybody look nice. Cynthia looked like the mama. Oh, I love Pinky's outfit. Did y'all like Pinky? That was the first time girl, no shade to Pinky. No shade to Pinky. For the most part, I never really go up for Pinky and what she got on. Um, but that hot pink suit with the blue heels. Oh, I thought that was so motherfucking fly. I thought Pinky was fly as hell. I think that's the only time I've ever went up for Pinky and what she had on. I thought Pinky was fly as hell. I thought Pinky looked fly. Even though Drew had on leather time, even though Drew had on a whole leather suit in the summertime, I said, I know Drew is hot as fuck. Baby, Drew had on a fucking leather suit in Dallas, Texas. Bitch, it be so hot in Dallas. I remember one time I went to Dallas. They literally had at North Park Mall. They had people driving around in carts, taking people from their cars to the mall entrance doors. Y'all heard the fuck I just said? It was so hot in Dallas one time. I saw with my own eyes security driving around the parking lots, asking people do they want a ride from their car to the entrance doors of the North Park Mall. And Drew had on a motherfucking leather suit. I said, I know that bitch is sweating boots underneath that leather. She looked nice, but I know she was hot. I know she was hot. I know Drew 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 was hot in that leather suit. Baby, Drew had on leather from top to bottom, like a full blown. It was a nice suit. She looked nice, but she had on a full leather suit from top, like leather jacket, leather pants. I said, "Ooh, baby." The first thing I said, "Bitch, I know she about to pass out. I know she about to pass out. I know she is." um. Oh yeah, Pinky looked nice. K Michelle looked nice. Everybody looked nice. Everybody looked nice. Um, Faith, I mean Cynthia, just girl. I think at this point Cynthia's there, girl. I'm just gonna throw them. I don't think Cynthia. I will give Cynthia this, and I'm not mad at it. I think Cynthia just like girl. Just give me something to throw on, girl. I know that we are past this part, but didn't Portia sleep with Block, Candy's baby daddy, while he was married? I forgot about Block. Also, Portia said in her book that she asked R. Kelly, "What about your wife?" Her own words. That's what I'm saying. Like the girls, we want to rewrite history. It's not, girl. It's not me slut shaming Portia. Girl, it's what the girls have put out there about Portia. And Portia, unlike the rest of us hoes, don't want to accept that she did some hoe shit. And let me shut up. So, oh, and Pinky and Kelly are talking. And they're like, I guess I don't know, girl. They talking, and Portia said, I mean, not Angela. Pinky made a comment. I just want Pinky to make up her mind. Are you bankruptcy? Are you bankruptcy broke or rich bitch realness? Which one? That's the thing. Like I understand. Like I get it that you. You just glad she ain't got 5 years. Girl, I get it. That's what I'm saying. Like I get it. Just because I don't know. I can. I'm. Not, I don't. I can. I cannot talk to you about bankruptcy. I do know for a fact that just because you filed for bankruptcy under which one I don't know, chapter 7, chapter 11, chapter that doesn't mean that you're broke, right? But it does. I do roll my eyes. I do roll my eyes in a way at Pinky when she be talking about how rich she is. But then in the same breath, like you crying about having to file bankruptcy. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, girl. Because I will say, at least for Angela, Angela just paid her $2 million. Cynthia is making the most of her TJ Maxx credit card. Thank you, make it make sense. Back to Cynthia. Girl, I do feel like Cynthia just be throwing. I mean, Cynthia doesn't look a mess, but you could tell that at this point in Cynthia's life, and maybe it's because she's a friend of the show, that she just throw on stuff. Because Cynthia really just, she like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could tell she doesn't put as much effort into her looks as the other girls do. And again, maybe it's because Cynthia is like 60. And girl, I've been on this show since season 3. Girl, I don't give a fuck about this. Girl, I'm a friend of the show. Girl, y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get with me at this point. I'm gonna throw a dress on and some cowboy boots, and I'm gonna go about my business. Girl, I'm gonna go back home, throw this little sundress on, and go about my business. Auntie is tired. That's what I feel like too. That's what I'm saying. I'm really not mad at Cynthia. I'm not. Because I have to try to put myself in Cynthia's shoes too. If I've been on the show since season 3, and I have given y'all the best that I got, and I don't blame Cynthia save that money. That's why I'm not really mad at Cynthia low key. I'm really not. Because Cynthia was a supermodel. We know Cynthia can be fly. We've seen Cynthia be fly as hell before. So I can see how at this point, it's like, girl, I'm a friend of the show. I'm not a housewife. I don't have to do all of what y'all do. Because if I was a friend, I would probably move the same way. Girl, I'm not about to be in no glam all goddamn day long. Girl, I'm gonna throw on this motherfucking blazer. I'm gonna throw on this blazer and these jeans and these boots, and I'm going about my business. I'm not doing all of that, child. I'm a friend of the show. I don't have to do all of that. They need to do that. They're the housewives. I'm not the housewife. I'm a friend. So I get it. Anyways, so they basically get on the bus, and Cynthia asks a question. What have you learned about someone? That was the question, girl. I was so confused by K Michelle. K Michelle's basically said she learned that Phaedra was white. I mean, basically, Phaedra is a household name with white women, basically. And maybe it's because how she put it together. I don't know, but it almost sounds like, girl, this is what it sounds like to me. It almost sounds like K Michelle was saying that because I found out that Phaedra is liked by white women, that's what makes her nice, and now I like her. That's how it came. That's how it came across to me. I was like, girl, what the fuck? It's like, huh? Kelly says that she appreciates the ladies for coming to support her at her, restaurant. And then Angela says, Angela, the one who, from what Drew says, is always Pinky putting herself in folks' business. Angela says, who was all there? Girl, I don't know, girl. Here we go. To me, I'm sorry. I thought, girl, Angela won between her and Pinky, but even though I looked at some of the shit that Angela was saying as like, girl, you in the same boat as Pinky, girl. Um, but I felt like Kelly won between her and Portia. So um Portia basically says, you could have told me you felt a way about me sleeping with a married man prior to an interview. And I put, she has though. Portia, have you been asleep? That's what I'm saying. Like one thing I don't like. This is just me. I think I've noticed that a lot of people. I I feel like a lot of people um No, Angela's not bankrupt, but girl, I don't want to sound like I'm like trying to read Angela because I'm not. I'm gonna leave it alone. Angela and Angela and Pinky damn near in the same boat. Girl, I don't know why Angela trying. Girl, I don't know why Angela trying to act like she just had to pay her mortgage. Angela, you had to give $2 million because you fucked up the church's money and didn't know what you was doing with those houses. Yes, Pinky is filing for bankruptcy, but girl, you had to give. You lost $2 million because you didn't know what the fuck you was doing with flipping them houses. I don't know why. I don't know why Angela's trying to act like she just didn't hand out a $2 million check and then had to. I don't know, girl. I don't know, child. Girl, like I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You talking about you talking about Pinky having a woman in her basement, but you have already said that your husband cheated on you. That's what I'm saying. Like the girls, like it, like girl, you can't say nothing to me. You talking about my like I don't know. It's weird. Like I get it. I don't know. I know. I don't know. It's weird. You said I have a woman in my basement. Your husband cheated on you. So if I do have a woman in my basement, it's a woman that me and my husband put there for both of us. You see the difference? If it is a bitch in my basement, girl, it's a bitch that's there for me and my husband. Girl, your husband just cheated on you, and you said that. You see that's the difference. Bitch, I'm in debt $5 million. You in debt $2 million. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird because Portia would have to sleep with Obama to be counseled. Baby, hello? Thank you, make it make sense. I don't know. It's crazy. Anyways, um, you got multi-million-dollar bills, girl. Angela, you got a bill in the mail for $2 million. Like you got multi-million-dollar bills too. Like, why are you acting like Pinky is the only one that got a bill in the mail for girl, millions of dollars? You got one too. You got one too, Angela. You got for what you said you owe 2 million, Pinky owe 5 million. At this point, y'all in the same motherfucking boat. Okay? But it's like Phaedra said, girl, both of y'all in a lot of debt. Like that's what I'm like. I don't like. Angela was getting with Pinky, but it's in the same breath. It's like you ain't really got a lot. You ain't really got a lot of room to talk. Did Angela say she was? I don't know what Angela. I really don't know what Angela do. I don't know, girl. I'm sorry. I was with Phaedra. Phaedra basically you got the two girls in the most dead arguing, and that's just what it really comes down to. I was with Phaedra. You got the girls in the most dead arguing. Girl, just let them fuss. Because at this point, girl, we both. I'm sitting right beside Phaedra, looking at both of y'all. Anyways, Portia tells Kelly, "You could have told me you felt a way about me sleeping with a married man prior to an interview." And I put, "She has though." Like the thing I don't like when we start to rewrite history, it's like, okay, girl. I remember last season, Kelly came onto the show and she asked Portia straight to her face, why you still a lady's husband? And then she cracked a joke on the phone with Portia. With Portia. Baby, literally the day she met Portia, she asked Portia, why you still that lady's husband? But the girls say that Kelly's scared of Portia. Um, and then she says, basically, Portia says that what she said was basically only in front of one person, Kay. She's trying to paint the picture that when she said that when Kelly when she said what she said, it was only in front of one person, as if they're not filming the show. When Angela has a full time job pretending to work and losing money like Toya, you know, the people gonna hate. Don't you say nothing bad about Angela. The people. Don't you say nothing bad about no Angela. Girl, the girls have me scared to say, girl, I be scared to talk, girl, I can't, girl, I be nervous, girl. I was nervous, girl, I was nervous to come down here and do my review today. I was about to just tap out of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I said, girl, I'm not even watching this show no more. Girl, because baby, I can't even tell the truth and shame the devil, girl. If I come down here and say X, Y, and Z, the girl say, girl, the girl said, you say nothing about no motherfucker, girl, my man. You say about my motherfucking Angela, bitch. Ooh, girl, okay. We turn the club up about Angela. Okay, y'all got me scared to come down here and even say anything. I'll be like, God damn, I better watch my mouth, girl. Um, they go back and forth. You lied. I didn't lie about anything. And then Kelly says, have you not said you will sleep with Charles? Bitch, Kelly said, have you not said you will sleep with Charles? Have you not slept with a married man? And then Portia said, no, bitch. I said, you know what's so crazy to me? The amount of people, the amount of people I saw calling Pinky aggressive and out of line and out of order. And even Portia was clutching her pearls, bitch, when Pinky called Angela a bitch. But I ain't see none of those people down to the internet today talking about how Portia had just called Kelly a bitch. You see what I be telling y'all? The line be moving. Y'all were not y'all, but y'all. The people were just online cutting up and acting the fool about Pinky calling Angela a bitch. But then when Portia calls Kelly a bitch, ain't nobody clutching their pearls and ain't nobody got nothing to say. That's all I you, girl. That's all I say, girl. You fake. Girl, I'll tell you. When I tell you, baby, when I tell you, baby, the line moves. So Portia says, no, bitch. And then and then Kelly said, did you see what R. Kelly? Baby, did y'all see when K Michelle was about to interject and then she stopped? Go back and watch it. Cause y'all know K Michelle used to fool with R. Kelly. I don't know if the people know that on the show. But K Michelle used to fool. Did you see? Okay. Did you see? K Michelle was about to say something, then she stopped. She stopped herself. But K Michelle was about, I don't know what she was about to say. But I saw her do like this to like Kelly, and then she did, and then she stopped. Then she put her hands down. I think K Michelle said, "Okay, I ain't got nothing to do with this." Um, and then Portia says that she must have read her book. Can I say something? Can Can I say something? And this is no shade to Portia. Why are y'all acting like Portia had a number one seller on the New York Times bestsellers girl list? You didn't have to read. I couldn't tell you nothing about that coloring book that Portia came out with. I did not read one page of Portia's book. And even I knew that Portia had fucked R. Kelly. So for people to try to paint this, oh, Kelly went and read Portia's coloring book. Girl. And that's how she got the information because she's a fan. Girl, she probably saw it on the blogs, like I saw it on the blogs. Girl, it ain't that hard. Girl, y'all acting like the girls are just lined up to read Portia's book. Now, I know some of the girls read Portia's book, but I'm just saying that information was nothing that you needed to read to get her book to know about. It was in the blogs. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so they start talking about Kelly fucking that man supposedly, and then the producer asks Portia what kind of man would text after they fucked Kelly. One of the cousins left the super chat earlier. Shout out to the cousin who left the super chat. She said, or they said, or he said that they believe what Portia is saying, and they believe that the man is Todd. That's why they don't want to say the man's name. This is what I have to say. Well, me personally, I don't believe the story. I don't, and I do think it is absolutely strange that Portia and Phaedra know the family, and because Portia wants to get her lick back at Kelly, that she will be willing to put someone who she considers a friend. Because when Portia was on Watch What Happens Live, I think Portia said that she was close to the man. Did she say that on Watch What Happens Live when she had I think she had on a Tom Ford coat, blazer, trench coat? I think either she said she was close to the man or she was friends with the man. At the end of the day, I don't believe the story. I don't believe. Yeah, they said they think the man is Todd Burris. Yes, girl. This is what I have to say. I don't believe Portia. I don't believe the story. I don't believe that some man fucked Kelly like she's fucking Beyonce. It's no shade to Kelly. Kelly is not Beyonce. Kelly is not Taraji P. Henson. Kelly ain't Angela Bassett. Who the fuck is Kelly for somebody to fuck and then run in the restroom and be like, oh, I just fucked Kelly? What? Like, what? Girl, like, I can see if Kelly was like this world known, worldwide, bitch, I'm worldwide, Candy Burris, like, bitch, I like a real bona fide A-list superstar, you just smashed the A-list, like, maybe, but like, what married man would, girl, I don't care. Portia says that she was with the woman. So Portia and Phaedra with another rumor about Todd and Candy, they're so disgusting. No, they didn't say it was Todd. Let me be clear. They didn't say it was Todd. One of the cousins who watches my channel, they said they just think that it was Todd. But Phaedra and Candy didn't say it was Todd. No. I mean, Phaedra and Portia didn't say it was Todd. No. One of the cousins left a super chat and said that they think it was Todd. Yes, they didn't say that. But Phaedra knows this married man that Kelly supposedly fucked. Because Kelly kept saying, put it out there. And that's how I feel. At this point, let me just say something. We're not even playing that game. We're not even playing that game. I didn't hear Claudia say she knows the man. I heard Claudia say she knows the man that Portia and Kelly used to talk to, which was the man that Portia was with at the time. From what I remember Portia saying and Claudia saying, unless it was a different clip, Portia and Kelly at one point was talking to the same man. So I think Kelly must have talked to the man and then turned around and Portia talked to the man, or Portia talked to the man and then Kelly talked to the man. But the man that Kelly was with, the man that Portia was with was the man that Kelly knew. So basically, it's looking like Kelly is a pass around. I heard Claudia say, yes, that's true, they did date the same man. I didn't hear Claudia say, yes, I know the nigga who Kelly fucked, the married man. I didn't hear Claudia say that. Claudia said she knows the man that Kelly and Portia both talked to. Correct, cousin. Claudia just was on live yesterday saying several times those are different men. That's what Claudia said the first time. Claudia didn't say she knew the man that Portia is saying that Kelly fucked. Claudia Claudia was not saying that. It don't matter, girl. I don't remember Claudia saying that. Um, the story don't sound believable. That's just what it comes down to. I don't believe the story. I don't. I don't believe that Portia was with the man that Kelly used to talk to, that she used to talk to, and then Kelly just somehow was with some man who is friends with the man. Girl, at this point, that's where I'm at with it. Girl, name him. If you're not gonna come in season 17 with no receipts of the nigga who I supposedly fucked, then leave it on the playground. Leave it on the playground. Leave it on the playground. If you're not going to come on here and give out names, leave it on the playground. I think that it is absolutely insane for people to believe what Portia is saying, even though just season 16, Portia lied and said that Drew was fucking Dennis for beats and tried to act as if she did not know that Drew and Dennis were working together in a professional relationship. And she knew the entire time. Had even listened to some of Drew's songs. And then got on the show and created some fake beef with Drew because she did not want to talk about Simon Gubadia. And her doing a Nigerian electric slide. Girl, when I tell you, baby, y'all let Portia play in y'all face every day, y'all know that shit don't make no sense. If you're not gonna name the nigga, if you're not gonna name the nigga and who Kelly supposedly fucked, then girl, don't leave it on the playground. Say the name or leave it on the playground. Girl, like I don't. Y'all really believe that a grown ass man cheating on his wife fucked Kelly, and after they fucked, he ran to the bathroom, got his phone, and then text a man and said, "Ooh, I just fucked Kelly." And it just so happened to be that Portia was beside this man when the messages were coming through. Just here we go, Ace. Just playing devil's advocate and pure speculation. Was BET weekend around or shortly before Candy and Tom filed for divorce? Baby, don't give me the lion. Don't give me the lion. I just feel like at this point, Portia could have really shut this down if she would have came and said, "Bitch, here you go. You want to?" If I'm telling you, I would be kissing Portia's ass and bowing down to Portia if she came back to this show, season 17, and said, "Why you was in my motherfucking face, worried about who I was fucking, and if I was fucking a married man, bitch, I got the receipts on you, bitch, and here they go, boom. This the nigga who you was fucking, and here go the text message thread." That's what. If Portia would have did that, and I would have said, "Ooh, ooh." But Portia can't produce no receipts, and it should be easy as fuck for you to get the receipts. Because the man who you know has the receipt. You said you saw it with your own phone. I mean, you said you saw it with your own eyes. You remember when girl, I ain't got my wallet. Girl, remember girl, remember when remember on Love and Hip Hop when bitch she should have did like what's that bitch name? When Tara, I forgot the girls who got into it, a fight over Peter Guns, and she said, "You say I'm not married. You say I'm not married." then she got her license. She ain't nothing fake about that. And then she snatched her. Bishop Hole just a tussle. Okay, bitch. That's what I want to see. You see how Girl, come on. You see how Kenya? You see how Kenya Moore before she got fired, she came down to the Kenya Moore hair salon and said, "Bitch, since you want to play, then we gonna play. Who is this?" That's how a real bitch. If you gonna do it, bitch, do it. Kenya can't, bitch. Kenya went to Kinko's, bitch, FedEx and blew up some pictures before and after. If you want to do it, then do it. Kenya had a whole poster board that said insurance fraud hoe. Had another poster board that said, "Who is this hoe?" Kelly should have said, "Don't make me call Tisa Tails." Kenya blew up a whole motherfucking poster board of a bitch sucking dick. Do y'all hear what I just said? Do you hear what the fuck I just said? Kenya blew up a poster board of a woman performing fellatio. Blew up another poster board that said insurance fraud hoe. And then blew up another poster board with her pictures before a nose job. I think Kenya had about 3 or 4 different pictures of Bang Bang Edie on that goddamn poster board and had at the top, "Who is this hoe?" Baby, Kenya gave a full-on PowerPoint presentation down to the Rest in Peace Kenya Moore Hair Salon. They threw my girl shit out of the motherfucking yard. Bitch, before it got shut down. Girl, Kenya had a whole fucking full-blown PowerPoint presentation down to the Kenya Moore Hair Salon. And you got the anchor of the show, Portia, still playing this game. Girl, if you bring out the receipts or leave it on the playground. Bring out the receipts or leave it on the playground. If you're gonna come down to this show saying that Kelly fucked a married man, I don't want you to start backtracking talking about, well, I'm friends with the family and I don't really want to bring him into it. Girl, you done already brought him into it. Did you bring the poster to the new place? Wait, did you bring the poster to the new place? It's not it's not here's a tip to replace it. No, child, I threw it away. I threw the poster away. I was trying to get my shit up out that goddamn apartment, okay? I had to get up out of there, girl. I was throwing so much shit away. I threw the poster board away, yes. But I'm gonna get another one though, because clearly I need it. Okay, production made that poster board, okay? I'm just saying, like I don't like when the girls do that. I didn't like, even though to Giselle's credit, she wasn't lying. I don't, and I said the same thing about Giselle. Remember when she came to the reunion talking about, "Oh, Mia, I heard that you live in Atlanta. Oh, Stacy, I heard you coming out with a cannabis line." I said, "Girl, shut up." Now Giselle was not lying, okay? Giselle was not, but I just feel like at this point in the game, I want the girls to have receipts. If you ain't got no receipts, especially with something like saying somebody fucked the married man, then girl, you just need to leave it alone. This will cover the markers. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I just feel like you need to leave it alone. And I feel like in season 17, if Portia's not gonna come out and say, "Girl, this is a nigga," and "Girl, this is who you fucked," and these are the messages, then girl, just leave it alone. Because that story don't even make sense to me. It don't. And then Kelly says, "You worried about me, worry about those liens on your house." And then Portia says, "I knew you were going to say that." Then she said, "Worry about the house you lost, and the business is already gone." and then Kelly says, "I'd have married a man for a house. I'd have married for funds." Girl, now I'm not. Listen, now one thing about I'm never gonna tell a bitch that girl, marry rich if you can. So I'm never gonna shoot a bitch down, girl, for marrying rich, right? But sometimes it come back to bite some of y'all in the asses, okay? Um, and then Portia says Miss non prenup. And I think Portia said something about Kelly wanting to sleep with her or something. And then Kelly said, please, that motherfucking hot chili cheese Frito pussy. Bitch! When Kelly told Portia that she would not want to scissor with her with that motherfucking hot chili Cheeto Frito pussy. Bitch, I'm sorry. Bitch, the way I must have screamed. Kelly say, ain't nobody trying to sizzle with you with that motherfucking hot chili Cheetos. With that motherfucking hot chili cheese Frito pussy. I'm sorry, bitch. I'm sorry. Girl, the way I was in this house yelling from the top of my lungs, bitch. And then, of course, Portia tried to act like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot a part. I forgot one part. She says, "Have you not said you slept with Charles? Have you not said you slept with a married man?" And then Portia said, "No, bitch." And then she said, "Did you sleep with R. Kelly?" Okay, girl. And then did y'all see Shami? And then Portia said, and then Kelly said he was married. And then Portia said, I think Portia said he wasn't. Girl, did y'all see? Girl, when I tell you the producers are so messy, did y'all see when the camera zoomed in on Shamila's face and froze, and Shamila was like. Did y'all see when the camera zoomed in on Shamila's face and then it froze for about a second and Shamila was like, yeah. See, this is what happens. See, because girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, Miss Portia come play with me. Cause like I done already told y'all, and this ain't no shame, bitch. We done all did a little hoe, and some worse than others, right? But girl, Shamia and Portia, girl, those were best friends. Shamia, I have been telling y'all this for seasons now. Well, since last season. Shamia and Portia were best friends. Shamia and Portia have been knowing each other since middle school or high school. If you think that Shamia and Portia ain't hold together and don't know each other's secrets, that's why I think it's very, very strange for Portia to be wanting to, you kiss Candy in the club. As far as I'm concerned, whatever Portia done did, Shamia done did. Now, I'm not saying hoes of a feather flock together. I'm not saying just because your friend fucked, that means you fucking. But girl, based off of how Shamia, um, based off of how Shamia, you know, moved with Portia and was so excited about about Portia and Simon, Portia, Shamil does give me that her and at once upon a time, her and Portia, girl, we BFFs. We both getting the goal. I think they took a blood pact. I think they got a safety pin. Girl, I'm gonna tell you what Shamil and Portia did. I think Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Puffs and Peach Juice, they the sisterhood of the traveling pants. I think that once upon a time in high school, that they pricked themselves with safety pins and put their fingers together and said, "In the sisterhood we trust, we both gonna get us a rich African," and that was the goal in life. And Shamil, looks like she found her rich African, and I don't know what Portia found. So Portia lying about R. Kelly not being married. Portia, let's say you was 25 when you fucked R. Kelly. You, at the time, R. Kelly was married to his Andrea. What's her name? Adrian. You know what I'm talking about. They made a pinky promise to marry Africans. Yes, you're like that's why I will say this much though. I do actually, but I said this. I'm still standing on this. I do agree to a certain point that I understand why Andrea Kelly. Thank you. I forgot her name. Andrea Kelly. I do understand to a certain point why Shamia probably does not want to go there with Portia because Portia know my business and I know her business. So when Portia gets to the reunion and she says shit like, "You kiss Candy in the club," Portia really ain't got nothing to lose. The truth of the matter is Shamia is a married woman with kids. So if I start to go back and forth with her and we start to go to hell, she gonna start telling my business. I honestly feel like that's a part of the reason why Shimmy don't want to go back and forth with Portia because Portia gonna tell their business and Portia not gonna care. Shamia, being a married woman, is going to care. So I really can't say too much of nothing because if we start going there, bitch, we gonna go there. Rodney, she didn't find her Africa, she stole him. Okay, 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 right. Thank you, Diamond. I really feel like that's what it is. I honestly feel like that's a part of the reason why Shamir really won't go there with Portia because they've been the fact of the matter is they've been friends since high school. They know each other's business. This ain't no new friendship that they just became friends last year. Out of everybody on that cast, Shamir knows Portia's business and Portia knows Shamir's. That is a long time to be friends. The day that Portia and Shamil get into it and they go to hell, bitch, they gonna lay it. When I think they're gonna lay it out, and bitch, I'm gonna be right down here, girl, with my pen and paper, girl, taking notes. Girl, Shamia said that Portia, you fucked. Ooh, Portia said, you remember you fucked that bitch? Ooh, Shamia said, no, bitch, you fucked, girl. When I tell you the minute that Shamia and Portia really take it to hell, bitch, it is gonna be a bloodbath down there to the motherfucking cameras, cause they gonna tell all their business. And Rodney is right, but it wasn't. And I feel like Portia and Shamia fucked. I told y'all that before. I told y'all that. I really do feel like Portia and Shamia fucked before. I don't know nothing else. I feel like Portia and Shamia fucked before. I do. I really, really do. But the minute that Portia and Shamia really get into it, it is going to be a bloodbath. When I tell you, oh shit, let me see. When I tell you it is going to be a mess in front of those cameras. See, Shamia and Portia ain't really got into it like they could get into it. The minute they get into it, it is gonna be over. Portia said on a Carlos King interview that Shamia did something towards the end of the season that was too far, so it might be giving ticking time bomb. I hope it is. Tick 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 tick. Boom. I hope it is. You know the message. I will say this much. All bullshit aside, I really don't want. I know. I believe it or not. I really don't want. Okay, a part of me, I really don't want Shamia and Portia to go there with each other. I don't. And I'm one of the messiest bitches down on YouTube. I really don't want Shamia and Portia to go there with each other. I don't. Um, would it be, girl? Would it be interesting to see what's said and what's done? Yes. But I do feel like I think it would be horrible. I do feel like if they ever went there with each other, girl, it would be horrible because y'all friendship goes back to high school. And girl, again, y'all know each other's business. This ain't no new friendship that was just formed through this show. Y'all were like real friends. Your mama's, your mama's bitch was real friends. That's why when Portia brought up that situation last year about the mamas, and Shamia was like, "Girl, like I can't remember exactly what she said, but do you really want to talk about the mothers? Because the rumor was, girl, let me shut up. Some rumors floating around about that daycare. Hello, that's something like I just think it could get real nasty. It could get real nasty with Portia and Shamia. Girl, that's it. I'm done. But yeah, I think it could get real nasty with Portia and Shamia. I'm gonna say this about Portia I don't like. Shout out to Ace with the I saw Portia say that too. I don't like how Portia play that game. Portia does this thing where she'll be like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna talk about Shamia, but she did something very, very nasty at the end of the season. And I think that Portia knows. Now I'm not saying it's you, Ace. I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying that I'm saying that Portia. I think Portia knows how the fans feel about her. Portia is craftier than ever. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Portia is a crafty girl. Portia is a crafty girl. Portia knows that I know I'm a fan favorite. They don't fuck with Shamia. So I can throw out there Shamia did something very, very horrible towards the end of the season. I don't want to talk about Shamia, but she did something horrible towards. Like you don't already threw it out there. You already thrown out there that Shamia did something. So now, of course, the people gonna be like, "Ugh, Shamia." But girl, you're the girl who don't really like to produce receipts. I don't know, girl. You just never know with Portia. We have what happened to Cordell wife Portia was all she was always peach juice, baby, just pretending with him. Hell yeah, Portia. Girl, let me shut up.